Hello everyone and welcome to Quality Old Games. Today we are having part 5 of the Romano-British campaign in Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion Remastered. And we have quite a few sieges going on. We are being besieged and we are besieging enemies. And at the moment we are trying to lift one siege over here. And there are quite a lot of spearmen there, and of course it would be nice to know, okay, they have no siege equipment, so basically we need to break out from here. And the battle might be a bit tricky, because the enemy has mostly spearmen and we have mostly cavalry. And since the difficulty is on very hard, the enemies won't even break too easily.
Your reinforcements have arrived! This is hopeful news indeed!
And I think one of our first goals should be try to take out those enemy archers, because after that we should be able to utilize our own archers and run in circles around that enemy infantry. Let's make it loose formation and begin an exchange with the enemy archers. And let's try to disrupt the enemy formation with cavalry. And actually this might give us an opportunity to do some damage here in the middle of the enemy formation. At least we can prevent them from firing. And with some luck they will break. And we shouldn't be suffering any casualties. And let's try to engage those in melee so that we can backstab them with these, and actually they are breaking. Excellent news. So our infantry can stay there. And let's see if we can make sure that those archers won't be coming back. Good. And then I think our archers can focus on the enemy infantry. And at the moment the enemy is not having any flanks secured. which should give us nice opportunities to inflict damage with archers. And I guess we are firing from the wrong side, so we could be a bit more efficient against that unit there. Let's see if we can get it to turn a bit more favorably against the cavalry units. And that seems to be the case, so I think we can wait at least a bit. And then when those guys get in close enough approximation, let's engage with melee and flank with cavalry. And they should break. Excellent. And it seems the enemy general is moving out to attack. And when they stop, I think it's time to turn around with the cavalry to hit them hard. About now. And of course one unit of peasants is already routing, so this might not be as easy as the last charge, but at least we should be able to inflict quite a few casualties. Okay. They are being taken down. And is that withdrawing? Okay, it seems to be. We'll let it go. So, the enemy has about 200 men remaining. I don't think they will pose a too great a threat against us, unless they get reinforcements. And of course these cavalry units could go to reinforce the army that's moving against Burdigala. So I think we need to move forwards here. And this army might be problematic, especially if it's come after Mediolanum. But I think we have a couple of turns time before that happens. And it seems we just got another army. And the siege of Mediolanum was lifted and the siege of Ravenna begins. And Augusta Treverorum is being besieged as well. So, some peasants, Auxilia Palatina Comitatenses, Catholic priests, Foederati cavalry against our cavalry. I think we might be in a position that we can win the battle, or at the very least we can inflict so much casualties that we should be in a position to win the next battle. after this one. But it's imperative that we stay clear of the Roman towers, because they will wreak havoc on all of our units, despite the armor rating they have. And I think actually this side here would be most suitable for cavalry battle. And let's see if we can get a couple of shots off on those comitatenses. And actually let's not move out just yet, so if the enemies are trickling out, we might have some chances to engage only a couple of units of them at a time, and that of course could be very beneficial for us. Let's try to prevent the enemy from throwing pillar at us. So we have 3 comitatenses, 4, and 5th one is coming out. And 3 of them are moving forwards. So maybe a direct charge with these guys and flanking maneuver with these 2 might break some of these. Let's try it out. Okay, one is breaking, 2 are breaking. Let's see if we can actually break the rest of these. And that's actually really nice amount of casualties we are inflicting on the enemies. I'm not certain we want to engage that Auxilia Palatina. Let's give it a shot. But I don't think we have what it takes to take them down. So let's move here, disengage. And then we have some Foderati cavalry to fight against. I think this cavalry group should be able to rather easily dispatch these light enemy cavalry units. And I think that Auxilia Palatina will require some flanking maneuvers to be taken down. And only wavering or shaken. Actually, that's quite well from them. Okay, finally broken. And then we have some additional enemy cavalry incoming and enemy archers as well. So it's time to pull back a bit. And of course we have the enemy general who we could try to take down here next. So I think it's time to withdraw a bit further away. And when the enemy units become tired enough, I think it's time to strike. Maybe we should actually go as far as this corner here, so that the troops can get some rest. And it seems Auxilia Palatina is once again in line. But at least these comitatenses are already very tired. Okay, that was a mistake. And after we reach that corner, the idea is to hit the enemy with everything we have and try to cause a cascade of panic there. So it's actually rather nice that some enemy units are a bit behind the rest of the army. So let's make a flanking maneuver, after which we will smash right straight forward. And those comitatenses are breaking. I think those peasants won't last much longer. And then of course these comitatenses are the trouble. And luckily the enemy general decided to join the fight. I think those guys can chase down some of the enemy units there. Let's prevent those Cavalry and peasants to join the battle again. And with some luck we might be able to rout the whole enemy army before they can reach the city center. And if that's the case, we will have a victory. But it seems they were able to rout our army. Okay. So I think it's time to pull all of these guys together and then move against these two enemy units that are not yet routing. And that peasant unit is in line once again, and there is one unit in the city center. So basically we need to go to wait for it to come out. I think we have victory already. We just have to realize it, or rather the enemy has to realize it. So we have a couple of units moving against us. For example, peasants. That's interesting. For the cavalry. The good thing here is that we have enough time to rest. And I think pretty soon we will move to wipe out these peasants altogether. One enemy unit less to worry about. And let's stay out of the range of enemy towers. And it seems the enemy morale is so low that even seeing a panicking unit will cause panic in some of these. So we have one lone comitatenses coming at us. Let's take him down. The enemy general, or what's left of his unit. And it seems this will be a bit of waiting. Then we have some for the cavalry approaching us. I don't think they will stay in line too long. And let's stay clear of the enemy towers. It would be nice to be able to capture the city, but I'm a bit afraid that, well, about 40 men left. I think we will continue to fight. Because 40 men left is somewhere in the limit whether we will win or lose this. Or rather, whether we will be able to capture the city right away or not. And of course taking down 2 archers, or 3 archers rather, will help that somewhat. And now it seems all of the enemies are on the move, so we might have a chance to break them all together. And thus capture the city. So I think even at the risk of taking casualties from those towers, we will move to engage the enemies, because this is our final chance to break them all together. Okay, excellent. And I think it should allow us to take Rome. Yes, indeed, and a nice amount of loot. And very decent city, in fact. let's see. Are there no cavalry stables? Yes, there are. So, why cannot we train any cavalry units? Is there something that has to do with the remastered edition? Because I think the... Oh, there. So we can only make Sarmatian Auxilia. And actually that's pretty decent Sarmatian Auxilia, to be honest. And... let's see if we can hire some mercenaries. They could go along with that general, actually. To reinforce the defense in Ravenna. And here I think we should retrain these two guys. And here I think we can put up some kind of defense. Fortunately it's mostly only Limitane. But if we bring this general next to the city, we might actually be able to hold it. Colonia Agrippina is pretty poorly defended. So let's move to engage, and it seems the Saxons are moving against us. So actually the army that just spawned in the British Isles might be crucial for us for keeping Londinium. Archers, General's Bodyguard, and Sarmatian Auxilia.
Our soldiers have reached the gates with the battering ram.
And I think if we are able to take down that Sarmatian Auxilia, it will be our first target here. So let's send some cavalry in and see if we can attack them from the side and directly from ahead. Excellent. The plan is to use this unit to backstab the enemy or to take out the archers. And then with these ones I think we can move against the city center. Especially if the general or general's bodyguard is out from there. And let's keep these guys in a threatening position, so that maybe we can form up with the infantry. Apparently that's not the case. So
Gods be praised! The enemy general is dead! His men know their doom approaches!
and a victory. And actually Campus Frisi there seems ripe for taking. So basically it means that the cavalry will push forwards to besiege the city. And let's see if we have some mercenaries available. Unfortunately not. And maybe we should recruit a unit here and then bring this army to help out there. And for defense, I think we will leave the peasants, a unit of monks, archers, and for the Rati infantry. Let's see if that's enough. It is. And if we can actually take... well, let's not take, because of that enemy army there. And Tara should be besieged next turn. And the siege of Avarecum has been lifted. I think this army here will push forward. And Purdikala should fall rather soon. And we actually have some mercenaries available, so we should be able to assault this city next turn. And let's see about our faction. So we need to control 14 regions. We are currently controlling 12 and are besieging 2, and our eyes are on a third one. Maybe Augusta Vindelicorum could be besieged as well. And of course in the south there, one settlement. But at the moment, if we manage to hold for 2 more turns, Ravenna and Augusta Trevororum and Londinium, we should be in pretty good position to win the campaign rather soon. And the Western Roman Empire didn't assault us. Seems... okay. I guess that's an old one. And I think we need to send this golden band here to aid in the siege. We can besiege Tara. And in here... well, let's bring in the whole army. And I think we can auto-resolve this one. And then the majority of the army, excluding some monks and archers and infantry, will move towards Spain. And here the question is, maybe we should hire these guys and see if we can lift the siege. Or maybe we will wait for one more turn. And it seems here the siege was actually lifted. And that of course means that Colonia Agrippina is likely to be besieged rather soon by two armies. No less, but I don't think we need to care about that too much at the moment. So let's finish the turn and see what the Romans will do.
Let us end the bloodshed.
I think we can agree. Especially if that will keep the enemies from attacking us. And that army seems to be eyeing Samarobriva. And here, which one of these battles would be easier? I think we will go with the Battle of Campus Frisi, since the enemy there consists of only 2 units and no general's bodyguard. And this might actually be the final battle of this Romano-British campaign. There might actually be some problems if the enemies decide to bunker up in the city center. Because those comitatenses pack a punch and they cannot rout there. So I think we need to attack the enemies from different angles. Okay, it seems they are coming a bit out. Okay, that was rather easy. And thus we have, I guess, Romano-British Empire established. So, thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, that will help a great deal. You can also post comments, ask questions and so on. And I think before the Siege of Dragonspear expansion of Baldur's Gate 1, we will do the Sassanid Empire campaign on hardest difficulties in the Barbarian Invasion as well. Have a great rest of the day. Quality Old Games out.